Don't you lose sight of what you want.
Hey guys, Cartoons Exposed. So, in my Growing Pains review, I said that I recorded 2 videos in one day, and yes, I did. I recorded my Growing Pains review and Mr. Universe review. I got to upload one of those things, but for some reason, my Mr. Universe review wasn't able to upload. So, for forgiveness of that, I'm going to be making a Steven Bomb format of videos this week. Now most of you don't know what Steven bombs are. Well, most of you probably do, but there's probably a small percentage of you that don't know what it is, because Steven Universe only came on Netflix recently, and for some reason it got really popular when it came on Netflix. So basically, a Steven bomb is this advertising thing for Steven Universe. And in the advertising thing, they made they aired a new Steven Universe episode every day of the week. So I'm going to try to do my first Steven Bomb. And it's going to be called Cartoon Bomb. Yeah. Actually, let's rename it to Exposed Bomb. Oh, that kind of sounds... Exposed Explosion. Yeah, that sounds better, because, bombs explode. Okay. So to pull this off, I have to keep the videos short so I can actually edit them and upload them. And, yeah, hopefully nothing goes wrong with editing this time, because everything goes wrong when I edit now. The editing would probably be Disney Sorcerer's game I have on mobile called Disney Sorcerer Arena, because I'm really enjoying that game. Or it will be Steven Universe Save the Lights gameplay, but I think that's gonna be Disney Sorcerer's Arena gameplay. Okay, let's start this review, because the video is getting too long. So the episode continues off Growing Pains, and I'm really happy about that. Growing Pains. Yeah, Growing Pains. It continues off Growing Pains, and I'm really happy about that, because after Growing Pains, I really wanted the episode to continue. I really wanted Mr. Universe to continue off it, and yes, it did. We get to see Greg being a great parent to Steven, and I love that, because for some reason, lots of cartoon dads are just really bad. So I'm just happy to say that Greg is still a good dad in Steven Universe Future. But I hear people saying that Greg is a bad dad now, but I still think that he was a good dad, and he still is a good dad. So Greg says that he related to Steven, and I'm really happy about that, because I was really hoping that in Steven Universe Future, someone will relate to Steven, and then they share the same problems, and then they guide Steven. So I was really happy that happened. So Greg and Steven goes on a car ride, and I really like the car ride. But it's really nostalgic, because it's season 1 music is playing, and actually season 1 music plays for a lot of the episode. But it's just really nostalgic hearing this music, and I love it. But I also hate it, because they're having such a great time, and you know what's gonna happen because of that leak that came out. Of course, Steven Universe Future leaks, but I love them. So Greg says something about his life or something. Then Steven asks him how was his life. Then Greg tells Steven that he'll show him. and then he does breaking and entering in Steven's term. I really like how conscious Steven is, but he also seems like a bit too cautious. But I just like it, because it still shows that Steven still cares about these stuff. And then he wants to snitch on Greg, so he tries to get a piece of paper and a pen, but then he realizes that it's his that it's his dad's parents' house. And I really like the touch that Greg tried to interact with his parents. Well, he tried to bond with his parents, but he just wasn't able to because his parents just didn't even try to open the letters. Or maybe that was when they were in that different country, because Greg said that they always went to a different country, like winter or something, and like winter or spring, and maybe he just sent them on winter or spring. So Greg told Steven about his old life, and I really enjoyed the old life talk. It's really sad for some reason, but it's also really funny because everyone loves meatloaf, but Greg had to eat meatloaf for 20 years. How old is Greg? I think that he's about like 40 something or 50. Wow, he's old. But everyone loves meatloaf, but Greg hates it because he had to eat it for 20 years, 2 decades. And then we see a picture of Greg when he was bald, and it's so funny because the graduation is supposed to be the happiest you're supposed to be, but Greg's graduation was the saddest he's ever been, was because he was bald. Then Greg gets the thing that he's looking for. Then he goes back to the car, and then he lets Steven drive. And if you saw the leak that came out before this episode, you're already dying. you are already in pain if you saw the leak. So then Greg puts on the thing that I found that there was like a CD thing, or an album thing, and then the song that plays on is Mr. Universe. I'm not sure if it's licensed or not. Licensed. I forgot to say licensed. Is it licensed or licensed? Either way, I don't really care. Oh my gosh, this video is 7 minutes. I really like the song Mr. Universe. It's a really catchy song. I don't know why I like it so much. And then let's skip to after the song. Steven and Greg start arguing, and oh boy, I have a lot to say about this argument. So Steven is complaining about Greg not taking Steven to school, but what was Greg supposed to know? And also, Greg did want to take Steven to college, but Steven started making up excuses and said that he was with the jams all the time. And what type of excuse is that? That excuse is like saying I don't want to go to school because I'm with my console all the time. And then Steven says that he grew up in a van, and no, this guy only grew up in a van for like a year or maybe less, and then he moved with the crystal gems. Like, no, not a year, but like 2 years, and then he moved with the crystal gems. And oh my days, he didn't grow up in the van. He grew up in the temple. He's just making up lies. And then he lived in the van for a bit, only a bit, like one day when Greg broke his leg. And then he went to the van when he noticed that Greg was rich, so he's just using his dad for money. And that's my complaint about the argument. It's so annoying how Steven is complaining about this stuff, and he was literally happy about it before. Well, not happy about it. He just didn't want to do it. He just wanted to do it, or didn't want to do it before, because he wanted to spend more time with his dad before in a van, I think. Wait, no, he didn't grow up in a van, first of all. And second of all, he could have had a chance to go to school, but he just declined. And then Steven crashes the van. I saw the leak. Oh my days. I wish that these leaks were much harder to find. Like, I'm happy with the episode title leaks, but I wish that the leaks with the, what are they called again? The audio leaks are much harder to find. I wish that happened because I actually like getting surprised sometimes. And then Greg keeps talking. Steven blocks him out. Steven blocks his things out. Well, Steven blocks his dad out, and then, oh yeah.